Good day everyone! Today, I'm going back to the United States after 2-month-long vacation, and I will share with you our journey going back to the land of milk and honey. From our province in Mindanao, we flew back to Manila. We stayed in Dusit Hotel, which my wife wanted to stay ever since we arrived here in Manila 10 years ago. It's the kind of hotel where you would say, someday I will also book a room in that hotel. Of course, we were poor and just starting then. So, this was the day, or days rather. On the morning of our flight, we went to have the COVID antigen test. We had this done in Gate 3, but it's 600 pesos, I believe, for the antigen test. They are open 24 hours now, I believe. For us, we are flying via Philippine Airlines going to Los Angeles, California, or LAX. Please refer to your airlines for updated COVID guidelines. I place a link on the video description box. Guidelines usually differs depending on your immigration status. The result is out within 20 to 30 minutes. A hard copy and an email copy will be provided. Result is valid 1 day before your flight departure. After the test, we went and met with friends and family. Then we went back to the hotel. On the afternoon of our flight, we booked a 6-seater Grab vehicle since we have a lot of luggages. When we arrived at the Manila International Airport 2, we had to show our requirements for initial screening to these ladies over here. For new immigrants, you can watch my initial video coming to the United States with the link above. After being screened, the bags will be opened and be screened by airport personnel with matching disinfection processing. So, don't lock your bags yet. After which, proceed to the check counter and provide all the documents. Leave your check-in luggages. For those asking, they weighed everything, including our carry-on or hand-carry luggages. But for us, they did not weigh our personal bags, as it looks small enough. So we are left with 2 bags per person. 1 personal bag and 1 carry-on luggage each. Then, go through the immigration counter and show your documents. Have your picture taken, then they will stamp your passport with the departure date. Then, wait at the boarding gate where you can't have water or snack inside while seated inside the boarding platform. Then, boarding time. While waiting for the plane, you have to endure the warm feeling. This is what I hate about our Philippine flag carrier planes. It gets so warm that makes you feel weak and not want to do anything that involves movement. We kept on asking the flight stewardess, but I don't think they can do anything about it really. This lasted for 3 hours if I'm not mistaken. I forced myself to sleep to lessen the torture feeling. So much for our flag carrier plane. So don't wear jackets when flying pal. Put them on your carry-on luggages or personal backpack for easy access when you actually need them. When the AC finally made it cool enough, you can get to enjoy some of the amenities right in front of you. There are a lot of things you can do with the monitor: watch movies, listen to music, chat with someone on the plane, and etc. For every few hours, you have some food, snacks, and the food is not bad. It's actually good. And during your flight, the flight stewardess will provide you with the immigration card or arrival card. Also, they will provide you with a customs declaration form. Fill those up and do not lose them, please. 16 hours later, when we arrived in the US in LA. For the LA airport, you have a long walk towards the immigration counter. I think it will take like 10 to 15 minutes. Then, at the immigration counter, there are different counters and lines to queue. Check which category you belong to. You have the lines for the tourists, lines for US citizens, lines for green card holders, and other more lines. For green card holders like us, we just showed our passport and permanent resident card. And they just asked few questions like what's our address here in Kentucky, or where did we go for our vacation. Then after, they stamp our passports and ask to proceed to the baggage counter. Then, of course, you have to wait and claim your bags. Then, our initial plan was to wait at the airport until our next flight, which was scheduled at 6 a.m. Current time now, it's 7 p.m. Because we were thinking if we book a hotel, plus the travel time going to the hotel, then going back to the airport, it would be just 4 to 5 hours sleep. which we thought we can just do it in the airport instead to lessen the hassle and expenses as well. So we walk towards the next terminal airport, which takes about 10 minutes. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to check in early. The earliest you can check in is 4 hours before your flight, which was 2 a.m. And the comfortable seats and bench are found after you check in. At the check-in counters, there was only one long bench to wait. So we decided to book a hotel instead. We book it via Hotwire app. I use this often for my travel nursing needs as well. We booked a hotel that is close enough and had free shuttle services every 10 minutes. At the hotel, we ordered Uber delivery, then slept in preparation for the flight. The morning of our flight, 3:30 a.m. exactly, was the earliest free shuttle going to the airport. Of course, you have to be there before 3:30 and check out before then. By 3:50 a.m., we were already at the airport. Then, check in via the computer, label the bags, then drop it off. Then, we went into the departure area and just waited for the boarding flights. Finally, boarding time. So after waiting for a few minutes, we were finally ready to take off. Unfortunately, there was a problem. We had some technical problems with one of our engines. Then, after which, it ended up having to depart the plane. Our initial flight plan was from LAX to Chicago, then from Chicago going to Louisville, Kentucky. But it was moved from LAX going to San Jose, California, then from San Jose, California to Phoenix, Arizona. Then another extra plane from Phoenix, Arizona going to Louisville, Kentucky. So now we have an extra flight. We were worried now as our estimated time of arrival is now 11:30 p.m. EST time. And our booked car rental is only open until 12 midnight. So I had to call the Enterprise hotline for the car since I booked it starting at 4 p.m. Good thing they said it was okay. But they told me make sure to arrive before 12 midnight. So we did enter process again, so we had to wait for the flight going to San Jose, California. So we boarded, find our seats, and finally took off. Then, when we arrived at San Jose, California, we didn't have to get off the plane. We just waited for 1 hour. Then after 1 hour, we flew going to Phoenix, Arizona. There, we had a layover of 4 hours, which is just in time for lunch, so it was okay. Then we boarded again the plane going from Phoenix, Arizona, going to Louisville, Kentucky. Upon landing, we noticed that the roads were filled with snow. We will be driving at 12 midnight, so worried about skidding. But I was more worried about the cutoff for the car rental as it was already 11:40 p.m. and we just landed. Good thing they were still open. I booked a Nissan Rogue on Enterprise a month ago to make it cheaper. But they gave me whatever is equivalent to the type of car I ordered, which was considered as a mid-size SUV. So they gave us this car, which is actually better than the Nissan Rogue that I drove before. This had an automatic alarm. When you're out of the lane for a few seconds, it moves you back in the middle of the side of the road. It also had an automatic headlight, high beam, low beam adjustment via sensor. Didn't know there was such thing. Then it also had a cruise control, which was different from my car, but I was still able to use it. I will explain more on the car features next time. Comment down below if you want a car video on it. Good thing the roads were plowed few hours before we arrived.
Ano yan? Yeah, may cruise control ulit, pero hindi ko alam paano gamitin. Automatic siya nag-high beam, low beam. High beam yun yun. High beam, oh! Tapos kung may dadaan na sa harap natin, may parating na kotse, mag-automatic low beam din siya.
Chubby!
Uy, wait. Bless ka. Maganda niya pag ginigilid mo, boss. Naramdaman niya na nag-blink muna siya for a few seconds na wala ka sa line. Tapos kung matagal ka wala sa line, igaganon ka niya. Ibabalik ka na konti. Siya, ikaw.
Siya na din nag-ano, kay Hit na nag-alam.
Oh.
So after driving 3 hours, we finally made it home. Home did not feel right really, because our baby dog was not home yet with us. I'll explain more later on. Of course, we have to check our meals, a lot of spa meals, then slept and waited for the morning.
Bye-bye.
Next morning, we went to return the vehicle. Of course, we had to gas up before returning our cars. So that's it for our journey going back to the United States. Hope you learned something from this video. If you do have questions, please write your comments below. If you find this video helpful, help me back by clicking the like and subscribe button. And share to your social media platforms. Again, I'm Nurse Juan OFW, your OFW nurse. Thank you for watching, God bless. See you next time. Bye-bye.